Warner Music Group negotiates with YouTube, the Global Music Licensing Agreement by Michael Tripoli. The problem being negotiated in this case was about music licensing fees of audio content produced by Warner Music Group that is either played or covered on YouTube by fans. The Google-owned video platform generates millions through online advertising, and this substantial business growth can blur the line between personal social media and the use of music videos for commercial use. Warner Music Group pulled all of their content from YouTube until they could agree on a fair rate of compensation for the rights to use their content. The underlying interests of Warner Music Group is that they want a portion of YouTube's advertising revenues for the rights to stream their music content. The underlying interests of YouTube is the ability to stream all copyrighted music on their video platform freely at a fair music licensing fee without persecution from major record labels like Warner Music Group. They want to share as little of their advertising revenue as possible as a compensation to use their content. The bargaining position of Warner Music Group is that they want their content to be viewed and streamed online so that their company can grow. Will Tanis, a spokesman for Warner Music, said in a New York Times interview, "We and our artists share the user community's frustration when content is unavailable. However, the record label wants to be fairly credited and compensated for the use of their copyrighted content." The bargaining position of YouTube is that they want to allow their online video platform community access to the most popular music content, a lot of which is recorded by Warner Music Group. YouTube wants to stream music videos containing copyrighted material, but for a fair licensing fee. The communication styles of both parties played a significant role during the negotiation. Warner Music Group was agenda-driven, clear about what they wanted, and goal-oriented, all traits of the commander communication style. YouTube, on the other hand, has a communication style of the thinker, being very organized and able to solve large problems logically. However, according to Mr. Arango in a New York Times article, the situation with Warner has created a double-barreled risk for YouTube. In correspondence with the amount of viewers, professionally produced music videos are some of the most watched material. There is even a video on YouTube called 100 Most Viewed Music Videos of All Time. YouTube was proactive in preventing negative emotions during this negotiation because they respected the status of Warner Music Group and its record label and vast popularity. They also appreciated the company for how it had helped the video sharing platform grow because music videos are amongst their most watched content. YouTube offered Warner Music Group autonomy by agreeing to give them a portion of their advertising revenues. And finally, they created connections by merging two major industries harmoniously. This deal sparked a chain reaction which shed light on other music video sharing sites like Vivo. There were some power differences that arose during this negotiation as well. Warner Music Group controlled the environmental power with a dominating and influential position in the music industry. The record label was losing a following by removing their content from YouTube, but they felt it was necessary to ensure they gained environmental control over their content that was being shared over the video sharing site. YouTube, on the other hand, maintained a relational power with the followers and also fans of Warner Music Group music because the video sharing community connected over the frustration of inaccessible content due to conflicts concerning music licensing. Combined, the two companies were both negatively affected by the long 9-month negotiation. While the balance of power tips the scale in either direction, there is no doubt that both parties needed to come to an agreement quickly. Warner Music Group needed to give their fans access to their music content, and YouTube needed to fulfill the commitment to their online community to freely share and stream music videos with copyrighted music on their platform. What went well in the negotiation were the communication styles of both parties. Warner Music Group used a commanding style, and YouTube used the style of a thinker. Both parties, not easily adaptable to change, were able to come to a mutual benefit and were found an agreement concerning music licensing. Another aspect of the deal that went well was YouTube's decision to sacrifice the advertising revenue for videos using Warner Music Group's copyrighted material. YouTube gave all advertising space around the Warner Music videos for advertising to the record label for their artists. Though the agreement is slightly less beneficial for YouTube fiscally, the sacrifice is what led ultimately to a settlement. One thing that went wrong during the negotiation was the sheer amount of time the negotiation took both parties to settle. The initial problem stemmed from a failure to agree on a fair percentage of YouTube's advertising revenue that would be provided to Warner Music Group in exchange for the right to stream their videos. But this conflict led to a 9-month period of negotiation between the industry giants. Another problem that arose during negotiation was the fact that the Warner Music Group removed all of its content from YouTube in the first place. This proved to be difficult for both companies because it affected their reputation and their commitment to their following and fans to have access to some of the most popular music that there is today. The agreement that was reached allowed Warner Music Group to sell advertising space around music videos featuring their content to promote artists. This agreement did foster a long-term and meaningful relationship between two of the most thriving industries in the entertainment industry, the music industry, and the growing social media and internet streaming industry combined and connected to create an agreement that allowed video sharing sites to share copyrighted music material at a fair price and fair portion of shared advertising revenue. The connection even sparked negotiations with Vivo, another trending music video sharing platform, and impacted the industry so much that it even had influence on other negotiations among music and internet streaming professionals.